Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel, and I want to jump right into this video because people ask all the time, and I made videos about this in the past, how many items do you need to list every day or have listed total to do X amount of sales, 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, whatever the goal is. And I haven't done the math for everyone in quite some time. I think it was like early last year. So I wanted to do the math with everyone. And the answer is always the same. It depends totally on the items that you're selling, whether you're a clothing, accessory, shoe seller, or whether you sell tablets and iPhones or Nintendo Switches, or whether you sell tools or video games or toys. Everything is always different. So you kind of have to do the math for yourself to cater it to your type of genre category and to your numbers. But overall, I can give you kind of like an average, and then you can go from there. So most of my viewers and a ton of sellers on eBay, we're going to focus on eBay right now because Mercari, Posh, all that, they kind of have their own variations, but eBay is sort of the same for majority of people. So if you're a clothing and shoe seller, which is a huge amount of my viewers and a huge amount of sellers on the platform, it's right now about 0.5% per day, which means this: if you have 100 items listed on eBay and you sell one per day, that means you're selling 1% of your inventory. 1 out of 100, 1% every single day. If you continuously just sell one item a day, you would sell 30 items in a month. You'd sell 30% of those 100 items over the course of the month. Well, 1% used to be the norm. Now it's more of like 0.5% to 5 to 0.75%. It's gone down. Most people are averaging 0.5% right now. It's just slow on the platforms, which means instead of selling one per day, you only sell a half an item per day, which means you would sell an item every other day or 15 per month. And so that's where it's at. If you have 1,000 listings, you should sell 10 per day at 1%, but right now people are selling 5, 6, 7 per day for every 1,000. So just kind of give you the average. And where am I pulling that number from? Well, I do a ton of store reviews inside of my Facebook group. It has 125,000 people, so people always post their numbers, and it's very quick where you can see, oh, they have 1,000 items, their 30-day total is 30 items, they sold 3% or whatever the case might be, whatever the numbers are. So we do see that a lot inside of the group, and people emailing me and messaging me, can you take a look at my store? Can you do this? Can you do that? And so that's where I pull the number from. And it's pulled from hundreds, if not thousands of people over the course of months and months and months throughout the year. So if you're an electronic tool video game seller, you're generally going to be higher. You're going to be double that number or triple that number, right? If you sell iPhones and iPods, you might be even 10 times that number, much, much bigger. And now the number that everybody wants to hear is how much money. What does that mean for money? What does that mean for numbers and goals and hitting targets? Well, let's say that you're somebody with a 1,000 piece store that is selling 5 per day. You're selling 5%, right? So we all know that 10% of, or 0.5% per day, excuse me. We all know that 10% of 1,000 would be 100 a day, and 1% would be 10 per day, and 0.5% would be 5 per day, right? So let's say that you have an average sale price of $20. Well, that's easy math, and $20 all in, whether it's 15 plus 5 or 20 free shipping, you're selling stuff for $20. So you're selling 5 a day, you're selling 100 a day, $100 a day, that's $3,000 a month in gross sales. Now, generally, people are averaging about 50% profit. We know that eBay takes around 13, 14%. Some people promote at 1 or 2 or 2% now. So they're at 15% with the fees and promoted. They're spending on their label cost out of the $20, about 20%, maybe $4 average cost. So that's 35%, 20% and 15, and then they're spending 15 or 20% on their cost of goods. So they're profiting about 50%, some people maybe 45, 40, 45%. So we'll just go off the 50%. So if you have a 1,000 piece store at a 0.5% sell-through rate, selling 5 items a day at $20 average sale price, and hopefully these numbers are popping up on the screen as I talk about them. I'll try to do a little math right in this little area right here. But if you're doing that at $3,000 and you're making 50% profit, you are profiting $1,500 per month by having 1,000 listings. So obviously, if you wanted to double that and have 2,000 listings, you could sell 6,000 a month and profit $3,000 out of that. So that is the numbers. Now, obviously, if you can get the sell-through rate up to 1% and double it, now you could make that 3,000 profit on 6,000 sales with just 1,000 items active. If you had 2,000 actives, you could go up to 12,000 in sales a month and make 6,000 a month in profit. If you could get your average sale price just up a few dollars, even $3 or $4, and you're selling a few hundred items a month, that could be an extra 1,000 in revenue and 500 in profit. If you are selling bigger dollar items, $300, $400, $500 items and profiting $200 or $300, you may only need to sell one item a day. So hard work, or work smarter, not harder, tells us let's target bigger items with bigger profit margins. But that's a little easier said than done sometimes. So you have to do the math for how many items you have. And in fact, if you guys could, put it down in the comment section below. Tell me how many items you have active and how many items you sell per day. And if you know it, what is your average sale price, your ASP? That way we can kind of figure out the math and other viewers can figure out where they are on the scope of what the averages are. Now, full disclaimer, never compare yourself to other sellers. You run your business different from everyone else. You sell different stuff. So don't compare yourself. We do this just to kind of get an average and kind of like a gauge of where everyone's going to fall on the average sale price and average sell-through rate graph. That way they know whether they're failing completely or whether they're doing a really good job. If you're way up in those numbers or kind of in the middle, you know you're at least doing a fairly well job. But if you're way under those averages, if you have 1,000 items and you only sell one per day or two per day, then it's probably a good idea that you need to go through your listings and check three things. Check your prices. Make sure you aren't insanely high priced. Make sure that all of your titles and your descriptions and listings are good so people can find your items. And finally, make sure your items are actually desirable. Go to solds, see if there's other people buying them. Go to actives. Find out if there's 10,000 of something listed and only 2 of them have sold over the last few months, because that'll probably tell you that it's not a very desirable item because there's a ton of them available. High supply, no demand. So those are the 3 things that will help you out if you're not falling into these averages, or at least somewhat close to them, based on what you sell. Now, if you sell super unique items and your items take years to sell, you're selling antiques, this may not apply to you. If you're selling high-end iPods and iPhones and you're outselling this by leaps and bounds, this also may not apply to you. But these are the general numbers to understand. If you are a seller who's either part-time trying to go full-time and you want to know what numbers it's going to take, you can reverse that math. For example, I need to make $5,000 a month in profit, which means I need to do $10,000 in gross sales, which is $333 a day. And I sell $33 items. So I need to sell 10 items, or I sell $23 items. I need to sell 14 items. And you can figure this out pretty quickly, how many items you'll need and at what prices to hit those goals that you want. So if that's you, if you're trying to figure out where to get to that goal, how to go from part-time to full-time, how to make your full-time bigger, how to do all the things that you want to do, this math will work for you, at least to get you in the ballpark. Okay, I think I covered everything. If there's any other questions or comments or concerns after watching this, please leave it down in the comment section. Like I said, the other platforms are a little bit more varying than eBay. eBay's kind of become like this automatic numbers game where I can figure out the numbers for just about any store that I see. Also, if you want a store review, you want me to take a look at your store, you want me to help you go through it and try to fix things, I'll put a link down there that you can pick that up. It's also part of my 2022 bundle, so that's always available for 50% off. You get all my private videos, all my private guides, all my private Facebook group information. You also get store reviews once a month. You can send it to me and I'll take a look through your store. Everything down there will be linked. Grab it. It's worth its weight in gold. You'll appreciate it, and I'll try to help you get your store in line and hit those numbers that some of you are not hitting or are falling really short of. I want to get you guys your sell-through rates, up, and your average sale prices up. So take a look, consider it. I'll link it to my website. You purchase it, it comes right over, and you're all set. With that said, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Thank all of our sponsors from List Perfectly and My Reseller Genie and Mark II, Not Your Dad's CPA, accounting services, cross-listing services, and bookkeeping services. All linked down in the description box below as well. Check out all their websites. Tell them Rockstarflipper sent you, and use the discount codes that I put there to save some money on all of our sponsors. Great products and services. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.